Peace, family. Thank you for joining me again today. I greet you all in the sign of the rising of the sun and in the signs of the stars in the moon. Peace and wisdom. Thank you. Welcome back to my channel. I'll go by the name Nitrex. Right? For those who's following me, I'm in a different position in life. I was in the shelter. Now I have my own place, and that's a different story. Today's story is about do not fall into the world's trap. Do not fall into the world's trap, because no one's going to be standing beside you or next to you to pull you out of the trap. Unless there's a fee attached, of course. Now listen, this is for all the men out there that's poor like me and at the time want to be a part of, a community, part of a gang, part of a this, part of a that, and trying to have validation within the group or even in family. Because believe it or not, my family done set me up too for this downfall that took place in my life. So listen, don't search for validation. Just validate yourself. You see, in this world, people look for validation from others. People want to be seen. People want to look at another person and make sure that other person looking at you, that other person, and be like, clapping for you. Clap for yourself. Growing up, I was teased because everybody else was doing this and I wasn't doing that, right? And then when I ended up doing what they was doing, clapping them cheeks. Female cheeks, okay? And then, I was on their level. And then they started to have kids. And then, they was asking me, hey, do you have kids? And I felt pressure that I had to do what they was doing. And at the end of all of this achievements that I have done, I wasn't congratulated. I wasn't given no flowers. Everyone disappeared, with their own life. When you grow up, you ain't gonna be around the same people that you grew up with when you were younger. Everyone, life situation, everyone tends to go their own separate ways, I have no numbers of my family members, except for like 1 or 2, probably 5. My uncles, my nephew, my uncles, my whole family. I know, these is the people that set me up in life for failure. So my message to you is, don't worry about getting any skins, because you can buy that on Amazon. Silicone females, of course. And the same feeling of the silicone you get is the same feeling if you was with a real female. The same clapping of them, the silicone, it's gonna be the same feeling. Trust me, I know. You don't really need to get into a relationship if you're poor. You don't need to be making no kids. Don't be thinking, hey, I have to save the human existence to continue having kids, to have kids to save the human existence. No. Don't think, hey, I got to have kids to add on to whatever race you is, to continue your race. No. You don't need to do that. Because according to Google, there's already 1,000,000,000,000,000,000 people on Earth. Everyone that passes, another 10 to 20 billion is being born. So the human race will never extinct unless they extinct themselves. You see? That's the only way they extinct themselves, or some natural disaster that took out the dinosaurs type stuff. So don't be out here thinking you on a mission to add on to the human race. Especially when you poor. Listen. When you decide to have kids, you got to have money, like my guy T Sizzle said. You got to have money. Because not just money, but you got to be financially free in real life. If you're working a 9 to 5, you're not going to be in your kid's life. You're not. You're going to be at work. The woman that you have kids with, she working a 9 to 5, she's going to be at work. You're not going to be able to enjoy, what you created with her. You're not going to be able to enjoy it. You're not going to be able to enjoy your kids if you're working 9 to 5. You need to be financially free. No 9 to 5s. You got to have money coming in your bank account from whatever business you're doing. You can't be clocking in to work. You're not going to enjoy the kids that you're bringing to this world. You're not. It's going to be a disaster. Especially if you don't have the money to pay for babysitting, for online schooling, for, you're going to need money. You're going to need at least $1 million to $500,000. Yeah. Now some people say, no, you don't. If you want to have that comfortable experience of having kids and enjoying, yes, you do. But if you don't want to be comfortable, then for sure, have kids like I did. I was poor, still poor. Living with my mom's. When I met her, she was in the shelter. We clicked together mindfully as Hebrew Israelites at the time. That's one of the reasons we clicked it. And then, everything else, etc., etc. But I was collecting unemployment at the time. Right? I was collecting unemployment at the time. Come on now. Really? This is for you not to stress your life out. Right? Because anything could go wrong. If you're already poor, you don't want to have a baggage on your back. Yeah, that's what I did. I had a whole family on my back carrying, and I was carrying it. I was succeeding. I was elevating. Everything was going well, even though I wasn't enjoying because I'm 9 to 5, right? So I was more stressed than enjoying. Yeah. So the moral of this video is, don't worry about adding humans to this existence. Don't worry about creating more, babies to be here in this existence. Don't worry about that. There's already 1 trillion billion people here on Earth already. And it's going to continue to go. They don't need you to do it. Okay? Also, everything here is a mistake anyway. That's another video about how everything is a mistake at the end of the day. The whole life existence, me meeting you, you meeting me, is all random mistake. And I got that idea from the person that I religiously watch channel. His channel is flirting with a disaster. I don't watch every single type of video. I only listen to videos that, clicks inside of my psyche. But listen up. Everything's a mistake anyway. So if you out here trying to have kids and you're poor, it's gonna end bad. Especially if you're working a 9 to 5. Now, if you're not working a 9 to 5 and you're getting residual income, it has to be in the lump sum good amount. Listen up. Just stay away from everything. You was born in this world randomly, even by mistake. And you don't want to be out here making more mistakes. Right? Just enjoy your life. Don't get caught up in anything. Save up, right? And if you ever thinking about venturing out, you got to have your pockets right, and you got to be somewhat financially free. Somewhat. You're bringing an innocent person to this world, and you're messed up, and then, it's bad. It's despicable. Right? And I kick myself in the back all the time. I apologize to my kids probably every month, or probably every week. Oh, I apologize to them. I apologize to my kids all the time. But all in all, don't fall into the trap. Don't let no one gas you up. Your uncles, your brothers, your sisters, they all laughing at you because you ain't clapping them cheeks, female cheeks, right? Don't fall into the hype. Your time will come to do those things. You don't need to rush. And if your time never comes, listen up. You can buy off of Amazon or any other website silicone females. You can either buy the whole body of this silicone, or you can buy, parts of it. You don't need to buy the whole thing, because after you finish, you're gonna have to wash the whole body up. So you should just stick to certain parts of buy this certain part of the silicone. You don't need the whole body. Just give you a heads up out there. You're gonna have to wash it. I mean, So, all in all, it's going on 12 o'clock a.m. And for some reason, I had to make a video on this new device, standing device I got right here. Leave your comments. I might go live one day. Yeah. Basically, don't believe the hype. Don't fall into the traps, because them traps can wipe you out totally if you ain't smart to get out the traps. You see, I was smart to get out the traps. Matter of fact, I'm still in the trap, but I'm smart though. But some people will fall into the trap and never ever be able to dig themselves out of it. Never. Until life takes them out. So, from me to you, don't do it. Stick to yourself. You was born by mistake. You're trying to make your money, because, nothing is free here. And live your life as best as you can, because don't get into no relationship, because as a man, we are trying to elevate the woman's life. We're trying to make her happy. They're our queens. We're bowing down to them. That's if you're not a pimp. If you're a pimp, then the woman, bows down to the pimp. But if you're not a pimp, then you're over here trying to do everything possible to keep her happy. No matter, even if it takes all your time. Even if it takes all your time. Alright? And then at the end of the day, you make a mistake and everything goes down the drain from there. But it's good to be by yourself. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm happy that I don't have to try to impress and give my energy. I could just lay down all day and do nothing. I'm not with my kids, they're with their moms. But if my kids was with me, then I wouldn't be able to lay down all day and do nothing, of course. But I'm not with my kids right now, they're with their moms. But their moms is thinking about giving me the kids, so. But in the meantime, I had to, like the guy said on just like the guy said on the Flirting with Disaster. All you need to do in this life, this mistake life, is to waste it. To sit in bed and do nothing. All right, don't do nothing in this life. Collect your funds, save it. You collected so much, you up $200,000 to save it. Don't do nothing. Don't buy nothing. You're gonna end up throwing away anyway. And if you do buy something, make sure it's easy to throw away. You don't want nothing that you buy and you're regretful of throwing away. Life is a mistake, folks. People will use you, people will abuse you, and then throw you away. You see, this system is here for your energy. Why? Who knows? No one knows. And people in religion, they're gonna say this and that and the third, but I could prove your religion is evil and basically flawed. So if you want to have a discussion on the Bible or whatever, you can do that. Okay? So all in all, don't stress yourself out. You was born probably by mistake, random, by lust. You see, most people on this earth was born by lust. It wasn't planned it. Even if you did plan it, you probably was planned it by poor people. You see, just like me. Mine was planned it. It wasn't my mistake. Even though my life was a mistake. It's a long story. It's a long story. I'll try to put that long story out there later. But peace and wisdom. Thank you for joining me again today. Stay safe. Don't stress yourself out. Just be calm. Just be calm. Because things don't last forever. And that's the beauty of life. And it doesn't last forever. Well, the beauty of this existence. That this existence was beautiful and everybody was working together. All humans are family, right? Well, we must be the worst family ever. Because we're over here fighting each other. This person going to war with that person. And we all humans. Supposed to be family. Supposed to be, putting things together to help the human race out. Everyone's fighting over this. Everyone's fighting over that. Everyone wants to be in first place. Everyone wants to be in first place, folks. And this is the human race. And I guess this is everything, or the whole existence wants to be in first place. Even the animals, they want to be in first place. The whole existence, first place they want to be. Step on this person, jump over that person, sabotage this person to get in first place. That's just how life existence is, I guess. Yeah. So peace out. Thank you for joining me again today. Trying to live your life. One day you get hired, the next day you might get fired. That's just how this life goes. Alright, I'm out.